అతను వస్తున్నాడు. ఎవరు? అన్ని మతాలు, అన్ని జాతులు అతని రాక కోసం ఎదురు చూస్తున్నాయి. అహూరా మాజ్దా, రుద్ర చక్రి, సెకండ్ కమింగ్, దశావతారాల్లో చివరి అవతారం. పేర్లు వేరైనా పిలుపు ఒక్కటే. చీకటిని చీల్చి
After watching Kalki 289 AD 4 times on the big screen and multiple times on the OTT, I felt the very drive to discuss and confabulate the sheer magic it has left on screens. And of course, the cream of this cake, the Mahabharat scenes were just phenomenal. Not just the Mahabharat scenes, the futuristic world, the transitions, the references, the mind-blowing details were also outstanding. For instance, the Kalki 289 AD intro, which appears at the beginning of the film, portrays the title in 11 languages, ranging from Greek, Chinese to Assamese, Tamil, etc. And I am telling you, this movie is engraved with such intricate details. So let us start from the beginning, the very tip of the iceberg, and set the elucidation off. Simply put, the narrative showcases the probable version of the descending of the Dashavatar, the last avatar of Sri Mahavishnu, the Kalki avatar, into the very future 2898 AD, and the forces that would go in resistance to it, led by Kali, as referred in the Kalki Puran. In the movie, there's another antagonist, encapsulating the very embodiment of Kali, whose name is Supreme Yasking, a whooping 200-year-old demon. The film has encapsulated 3 major places, namely number 1 Kashi, which is the last city to persist on planet Earth that shelters common folks. Number 2 Complex, which is an inverted pyramid structure that shelters the elite class of those times. Number 3 Shambhala, which is an hidden refuge for people from all over the world with different backgrounds, with different faiths, with different cultures, who are willing to risk their lives for the sake of better tomorrow. It is a mysterious world that has had several mentions in our holy books, and it is referred to as the last resort that you would go for when the world is in shambles. Primarily, predominantly and precisely, there are 4 characters in the movie. Namely, Bhairava, played by Prabhas, is a bounty hunter, an extremely unreliable person and the initial antagonist of the movie. His only aim is to earn 1,000,000 units to enter the complex and lead a good life. Along with him, there is Budji, an AI-powered custom-made vehicle. Ashwatthama, played by Amitabh Ji, is one of the 7 immortals that had been cursed by Sri Lord Krishna to stay till the very end of Kali Yuga, and in the process, he has been a witness to centuries of crime from millenniums together. There is a song/screenplay in the movie actually depicting this. His ultimate goal is to be the safe abode for Kalki and his mother at the end of Kali Yuga. Sum 80/Sumati, played by Deepika, is a lab servant and sadly ends up becoming an experiment rat who yearns for better livelihood and motherhood. As a matter of fact, it is mentioned in the Kalki Puran that Kalki would born to a woman named Sumati. So here's another reference from the holy scripts in this movie Kalki 289 AD. Supreme Yaskin, played by Kamal Hassan, is a 200-year-old demon who resides in Complex. His actual ideology is yet ambiguous, I feel, but he's a force who wants to take control of everything, be it the force of life, the force of nature, the force of God, and ultimately deduce that humans are responsible for their own destruction. Others include people like Saswat Chatterjee Mahoshay, who is a legend of Bengali cinema, Shobana Garu, Paspati Sir, as well as raiders of the movie who have been an integral part. Cameos from Mrunal Thakur, Dulquer Salman, Vijay Devarkonda, and appearances from legendary directors such as RGV, Rajmouli Garu have made this movie more noteworthy. One appreciation point is that you can clearly see that there is a well blend of mega legends from all parts of the country, proving that this is Indian cinema. The beginning scene of this movie is undoubtedly the best opening scene of all the movies we have witnessed this year so far. The majestic representation of Sri Mahavishnu is something people have been waiting for a long while now, and with movies like Adipurush, it sadly went downhill, but not this time. With the epic BGM that kicked in, the lyrics propelled it to another level. And the fact is that these lyrics are written by the RRR team Academy winner Chandrabose Garu, and you can hear it in his own words how long he took to derive these.
మొదటి 3 వాక్యాలు ఏదైతే క్లిష్టంగా ఉన్నదో అది కేవలం ఒక గంట సమయంలో మొత్తం రాసేసి మిగతా పాట ఇంకొక అరగంటలో రాసేసి మొత్తం గంటన్నర 2 గంటల పాట మొత్తం పూర్తి చేశాను.
As we move into the movie, initially things start feeling off, but not in all of it. The introduction of Kamal Haasan with the snippets of his ideology was quite electrifying. The sad and despicable life of Sumati was quite a melancholy, and the half-cooked battle sequence of Bhairava with inadequate hyped up music, which I felt was superfluous, but with multiple times of rewatch, it was quite refreshing, especially when the Punjabi music by Diljit Dosanjh kicks in. Just like for me and others, the first half didn't quite land in. But here's an interesting take. There are scenes in this movie, if you have watched other movies like Wolverine and Deadpool, Spider-Man No Way Home, there are scenes particularly for the sake of fan service and to entertain all kinds of audience. For instance, in this movie, there is a reference to Bhairava being Rebel star and Rebel fans as well. And of course, the highly baffling dance sequence before the interval. When the movie is just about to go downhill and get bewildering, Ashwin sir and his team deliver the iconic interval sequence. Everything was perfect about this scene. The epic BGM, the brilliant piece of acting by Deepika, the revival and resurrection of Ashwathama via his jewel, the allusive references such as Bhairava being Suryaputra, that too multiple times, and of course my favorite billboard of the year, the glimpse of Narayan. This all indicating that the time has finally come. In Ashwin sir's own words, the idea was to create a resemblance to that of Vasudev carrying Sri Lord Krishna across the river Yamuna, but this time with an element of fire.
వచ్చాడు కాశీలో దేవుడు మళ్ళీ వచ్చాడు. ఏదో మారింది బుజ్జి.
Moving on, Annabelle as Kyra in the second half made it reviving, and the way her gun transformed into a fully loaded automobile was a treat to watch. And there comes the most anticipated part of the film that had been teased right from the trailers, the face-off between Big B and Salar. I must praise the action choreography done by the action director Andy Long and his team. It had been taken to another level from what you had witnessed in the first half. It had a mix of everything: strength, sagacity and technology.
So I saw what he had done for a different film and I really liked the way he put together the stunt whiz. Then the whole stunt team and the Andy Long stunt team came together and it was good fun to see how they work together and how they complement each other.
And thereon the movie with its BGM keeps us exhilarating till the end. For all the gradual building of the world and the characters in the first half, the payoffs come in the form of battles involving Bujji coming into the action against Ashwathama, aka Angry Giant Man. Ashwathama versus Ashwathama lookalike, which is my personal favorite. Bujji being transformed into a Pacific Rim / Transformer, and Commander Manas with his futuristic guns, laser powered detonators, flying machines, and the assembling of the armies of the Raiders as well as of Shambhala. To simply put, it was a fully action-packed extravaganza. The scenario that turned Kalki 2898 AD movie from a Big B movie to a Prabhas movie was the rejuvenation, resurrection and reincarnation of Bhairava as
Suryaputra Vaikartana Karna.
This is where the movie peaks up to its maximum potential and delivers gracefully. What I love about this movie is the way it brings people's faith, belief and legends into unification. For instance, the way city Shambhala is designed, and it consists people from different parts of the world who are waiting for the arrival of their Messiah in unity and solidarity. The role of Raya, played by the child artist Kayaner, being utilized as a means to develop the character arc of Ashwathama, from conferring him the Jen to bringing in his memoirs of Kurukshetra war and of course calling him Ashwa uncle. This is a wonderful subdevelopment. I would ask you all to please listen to the audiobook released in the Vaijayanti Network YouTube channel, as well as to check Firefly VFX channel in the description below to witness the unwavering work they have put into this project. They literally brought Mahabharat to life. It was brilliant and spectacular, but there are few areas where it requires updating and further development, such as the de-aging of Amitabh Ji was not perfect. In some cases, even the face was glitching out, as well as the ending scene of Prabhas going against Commander Manas' airship feels a bit off if it wasn't for the heroic music in the background. VFX and CGI have a long way to go, but it is for sure that Indian cinema has launched itself into this domain. There could have been much better twists and tales in the storytelling. For instance, a valuable suggestion from the internet was Divya, played by Mrunal Thakur, could have been used as a decoy for Sum 80 initially in the trailers, promos, etc. But in the movie, the later reveal would come that Sum 80 would be the chosen one for the birth of Kalki, not Divya. Additions like this make the storytelling much better and more intriguing. When the movie was released onto the OTT platforms, there was a cut down of 6 minutes of the movie. A trimmed up version was uploaded. I felt they could have avoided this. West, Europe and the rest of the world have had their own cinematic universes, their legends and larger than life characters. To name a few, the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the DCEU, the DC Extended Universe, which has now become DCU, the DC Universe, the wizarding world of Harry Potter, Monsterverse, Planet of Apes, Star Wars, etc. And characters such as Iron Man, Batman, Paul Muad'Dib Atreides from Dune, Optimus Prime from Transformers, etc. have been so impactful and connecting to people from all over the world. Now it is quite delightful and exciting to see that India has also stepped up into this game, building their own mega cinematic universes such as Lokiverse by Lokesh Kanakraj, Prashant Nil's Cinematic Universe, YRF Spy Universe, Astroverse of Brahmastra, the Maddox Supernatural Universe, and now KCU, the Kalki Cinematic Universe, being at the forefront. Kalki 2898 AD is the first of its kind. It is quite thrilling to see what comes up next in this cinematic universe, be it the introduction of the fourth world or the next movie consisting of the Great Parshurama, the next animated series just like Bujji and Bhairava, and spin-off series on characters like Kaira, etc. There are many possibilities, and this is certainly the ascendancy, the rise up and level up of Indian cinema. I would like to deduce that why I referred Kalki 2898 AD as the modern prelude of Mahabharat, and why it is just a call, a landmark to the man who started this all, ranging from epics like Bahubali to Academy winner RRR, the man who deduced that if so he creates the greatest Indian epic of all time, the Mahabharatam, it would be the zenith of Indian cinema, and that man is.
If Mahabharat is ever made to the spectacle, who do you think is apt to direct a complex story like this?
I think Rajamouli sir wants to. I think he should. I think you need that passion and that love for it because it's such a complicated story, which is so massive. Yeah.
Yes, that's true. I think Rajamouli sir making Mahabharat is a match made in heaven. That's something peak cinema again. Like
For sure.
yeah.
For sure.